Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Mild Edgeworth, where we are in the fifth case of the game, Turnabout Ablaze, and we are at the beginning of the end. It's gonna take us a while still though, unfortunately, but we're getting there. We made good progress last time. We finally have captured Callisto Yu, aka Sheena. Alright, so let's continue on. March 15th, 12:07 a.m., Theatrum Neutralis lobby. So, now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. And yet, there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like how the weapons crossed country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. We dumped everything on the floor. Pick that up, Gumshoe.
Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. How old-fashioned of them. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bad gave us.
This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us.
Sure thing, sir.
Okay. Oh. Oh, snap. He really just straight up walking in there with the card and a knife in hand. Bruh, there's no subtlety at all. And he still got away with it. What the frick? Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. This man, it's money coaching. And he's holding a knife in his hand. What the hell? He just walked down the street like that too? This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building. An apartment building? How do you figure that? Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment. That sucks. So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building. At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed. However, no one could find it. Yes, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Tamano. I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it. It was really stupid of Cochin. Just walking in there with a frickin' knife. Like, what the hell, dude?
But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir.
Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader. Is it the card?
Where? Where?
Wait, what was that?
Huh?
That bit you played just now. Please show it to me again. Oh, when he first arrived. This car. This is something we cannot overlook.
Why's that, sir?
Look here, Detective Gumshoe. Look at the frickin' flag.
Take that!
This is the national flag of the Principality of Cadopia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there? It's clearly the one bringing him there, which is shady as heck, right? Uh-oh.
Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. So you were here all this time.
Ambassador Alba.
Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. If only I was even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry.
This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were.
You idiot carcass. You couldn't chase after a simple thief. Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that? I'm tired and I want to go to bed.
Excuse me?
I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away, so I hope that you can understand how I feel.
Bruh. Ain't no visitors gonna be coming at 12 a.m. F that. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues.
Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastion and Babylese police?
Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
That's true. However, as he said at the very beginning, this area can't be considered to be Alabastian soil, in which case we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends? Hold it! Who is it?
Shifu, we have found Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Shifu, this way. Yo, I'm back.
Did you patch up your leg? Lang? You're back on the scene rather quickly.
Yeah, I took a strong painkiller, so I'm fine. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Agent Lang, why have you returned?
Because I have to solve this case no matter what.
Well, I'm sorry to inform you. And don't take this the wrong way, I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable.
Yeah, right. At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close.
Huh. Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do.
Oh, I'm very glad you understand how I feel.
No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder.
You... No?
The
Killer?
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang?
Heh, Wolves don't lie.
Then who is it?
Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Kojin's killer. That was all Sheena.
Hmm?
Lang Zi says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damas II's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Franziska von Karma.
What? Now they're all having expressions of shock.
I was the killer? I don't remember this.
Oh, finally, Franziska has joined the female sidekick slash protagonists lineup where they get accused of murder. Actually, no, it's not just the females, because it's happened to Edgeworth, it's happened to Gumshoe now, it's happened to Phoenix, so pretty much everybody has to get accused at some point. Oh well. It's interesting.
Hey, wait, but that's impossible.
Yeah. Although, that whip is actually quite... Yeah!
Hold your tongue and that ludicrous remark you are about to make.
But sir, that just proved my point. You almost killed me.
Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder?
Yeah, I am.
He doesn't appear to be joking.
Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabast and Babal, did you not?
And where is your evidence that I am the killer?
Huh, I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission?
With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Good, then let's move out. Oh, don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
Huh, as if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation.
She seems rather upset, not that I blame her.
I expected that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that. Ooh.
Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part, and so that I may clean up my superior's mess.
Oh, rude, Edgeworth! How dare you!
Huh, I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabast yet.
If you like carrying, then you gotta let me in too, pal. I'm a detective after all. Can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Karma's in trouble.
Hey Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay? I'm standing right here, you fools.
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and raring to go.
As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over.
Sounds like this is going to get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well, damn it. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this would be your last chance.
Huh. I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now, let's go.
Alright. Poor Lang. He's bitter over Sheena, and then he got shot, so he's like, I don't know, he's just throwing himself at anything to see if it sticks. March 15th, 12:53 a.m., Alabastian Embassy Ambassador's Office.
Okay now, let's first go over the facts one more time.
Damn it. Have to revisit all of that.
Menikochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babal. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives.
Excuse me.
And then the body of Damas II, Mr. Kashino, was found here in the Alabastian ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this Primadux statue, and that this is actually Babal's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it. Sis, if it wasn't for you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this... who could have pulled this off.
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying?
Of course I do, sis, and I'm serious. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring. You wanted any evidence you could find. So, while people were distracted by the Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons?
Don't worry, I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across country lines. Oh, hey now!
Oh, damn, she was about to whip him. He's already injured, girl. Come on now. That's kind of cool that he caught it.
Look, sis, I thought I already told you. I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring.
He's right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring, could it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine? Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already. Francisco, you need to calm down, because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it. What? But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence.
That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well.
Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damas II. You do understand, don't you, Myers Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damas II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation. As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do.
Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started.
Yes, let's.
Alright. Border crossing weapons.
One of Alabast's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Kochin. And the murder weapon in the killing of Damas II is Babal's Primadux statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security.
Penetrate, sorry.
The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you.
So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Franziska will remain a suspect.
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck could carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss.
She's not my boss, really. She's my sister. Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself.
What are you talking about?
By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Zi never said anything to that effect.
Ooh, stooping to talking about Lang Zi? Man, you won't trigger this man. He's gonna be so mad.
Like, how dare you talk about Ling Zi? Only I can do that. You prosecutor, who do you think you are speaking about Lang Zi's proverbs like that?
Yeah, not the smartest thing to do, Edgeworth.
I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you'll need to see the truth.
Oh my god, the arrogance. Love it. Okay.
Alright,
I think there was more than two objects that crossed over, though. That's the problem. So Babal's is the one he's talking about, and the knife. But Alabast ended up in Babal as well, so it was 3 items that moved.
Agent Lang, those 2 items are not the only 2 to cross the border tonight.
Oh?
The Master II was killed with Babal's Prima Doc statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's Prima Doc statue go?
To Babal.
Precisely. And if the 2 statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies.
I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis is the only one who could have done it.
I find it cool how he calls her sis all the time. I'm like, yes, that's your future sister-in-law if you and Edgeworth were to get married. But seeing as how Edgeworth is only going to be marrying Phoenix, I don't think that's going to happen, bro. Sorry.
Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabast and Babal is her.
Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the 2 countries? Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall. Is that really so, Agent Lang?
What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guards said, along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily.
But suppose there was some other way, other than through the theatre doors.
What other way?
The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I point it out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility.
See how he's using the phrase entity, because it's not really a person, so.
It looks like you've got some clever idea in your mind.
I do, and I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence.
Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me this other route.
Aw, not having Sheena with him kind of looks weird, right?
Ah, it is what it is.
Sorry, man.
This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the two countries.
Now you gotta think about what else moved, as he said.
And it was this, although we don't really know how to explain it yet. Agent Lang, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo.
That supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly.
No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. I think we've established that throughout
Multiple cases by now.
Don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either.
I wouldn't dream of claiming that.
And I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again, it's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So, you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor.
Do we have a good explanation for this, you guys? I think we do. But that will have to wait until the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.